Hey everybody, what you're looking at is a post in a Zenny report, Save Regal UA Berkeley Theater from Demolition, says Alan Michaan. Now, Alan is the owner of the Grand Lake Theater. He's also a longtime friend of mine who habitually sends posts for me to put out on my publications, and I do so knowing full well that, as in the case here, it's going to wind up in other publications too. He's trying to get the word out about something, all right? In this case, it was Save Regal UA Berkeley Theater from Demolition, right? So I'm reading this, I happened to just read it through because I was thinking about the politics of the whole thing and everything. And at the bottom, I happened to see this in the comments section. Laura L. This is a Berkeley side op-ed. You're not authorized to run this as your own. And I thought, seriously? She actually took what was a private discussion on email, not a discussion, a private email exchange, and made this public. It is not a Berkeley op-ed, all right? So I wrote this. Laura, you're completely wrong. And now you made something that was private public, so be it. You can't accept that you're completely incorrect and are disrespecting the very man who wrote the post, my friend Alan Michaan. Alan Michaan sent his copy for me to use. He's done that with me before. I run what he sent knowing full well he wants his words in more than one publication. He told you that. As Alan told me and told you, and told your other colleagues at Save the UA, he sent copies of his op-ed to all of the news organizations, including the San Francisco Chronicle. He did not intend for what he wrote to be exclusive to Berkeley side. The version that is in Berkeley side is vastly different from mine from SEO, search engine optimization perspective. Mine was designed so that Save the UA Theater was the target keyword set. Mine had smaller paragraphs and was easier to read than Alan's Berkeley side version. As our email exchange revealed, the author of this post, my friend Alan Michaan, wrote this to you and your people. This is what Alan wrote. Hello all, Zenny is right. It is out of line for Berkeley side to demand an exclusive. I wrote the piece. Laura made changes, which is okay with me, but I would never have agreed to the 2-week thing, and it is my name, my 50-plus year history running theaters that got the door open, talking about the UA theater itself. What I wrote is, I find it disturbing that you are going through this effort to put me down for something Alan asked me to do. Repeat his post. He sent the article to me. It had a rash of SEO problems I corrected here. This feels like a race issue. You said you knew who I was, even though I've never heard of you, or met you. So you have some preconceived issue about me. So rather than thank me for helping you get the word out before the February 1st deadline, you attack me. And now you take what was a private issue public. Well, that was not a good idea considering you're running a campaign. And folks, I want you to see the make of Save the UA, all right? Because I did this thinking I'm helping my friend Alan. I had they didn't come into play at all, except for his association with them, which is not his primary, job in life. Right here, this is who they are. As they say, this is their page, what they put out. Okay, that's Laura Linden, the person who really gave me a bad time from the start, saying that because they have an exclusive with Berkeley side that I should hold my piece for 2 weeks beyond the date, the February 1st date they appear to get the UA Theater landmarked. That's their idea. Now, why would anybody want to withhold any publication from putting out copy that would help their cause until a date beyond the February 1st time that they're going to a hearing? Does that make any sense to you? No. Does it make any sense to Alan? No, not at all. But this is the group. And this is my friend Alan. Okay, I don't know the other folks. But as you can see, there's no one black involved. Now, sometimes it happens as a matter of accident, but given her behavior toward me, it felt very racist and very personal, especially since she wrote me a very nasty email toward the end, calling me a name. You know, and I'm thinking, where did she get sexist from? I mean, she was off the charts mean. Now think about it. Think about it hard, or maybe not so hard. Would she have been so mean if I were, say, Peter Hartlub of the San Francisco Chronicle? Or would she have been so mean if I was the Alameda Newspaper Group? Or would she have been so mean if I were, I don't know, the Marin Independent Journal, or take your pick? Okay? I'll bet you credits Navy Beans the answer would have been no. All right? Meanwhile, as I've said before, and I'll show you this, I have a history with Alan of running pieces like op-eds of his that he has ever appeared in other publications. Here is an example. Alan wrote something to me that said, the Oakland Roots soccer team does not belong in Alameda. And what he sent to me originally appeared, this one, in Bang, in the Alameda Journal. Take a look right here. This is what he sent to me directly. So he meant for me to use this. I altered it for SEO. This was last year when I got it. Finally, it was January 7th. Okay? Now, if you take a look under search results here for a keyword that's appropriate for it, as I go here, you'll find on Bing in particular, because Google, when you search for these words, it's a little messed up for some reason. Oakland Roots Soccer, comma Alameda, column, then Alan Michaan, right? And you scroll down, what you find here is this. Oakland Roots do not belong here, Alameda Sun. All right? Now, don't click on that because it leads to, right now, it leads to a web page that has a problem. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about, because the Alameda Sun needs to correct this, and I hope this isn't indicative of something else, all right? Like they have an what's called a secure socket layer problem, but if they did, you would see a red mark there, but I digress. The point is that there is their version of the publication that does appear in search, even if you can't get to it. But then the version that I produced for Alan is here. And I put it right over here at our other publication, and that is the Oakland News Online. Oakland Roots soccer team does not belong in Alameda, Alan Michaan. All right? I put Oakland Roots there. Alan, photograph of Alan I took from years ago, video interview, and then the copy. If you note the date here, all right, it's what he sent to me, but altered for readability. All right? So that's not plagiarism. And Laura owes me an apology. But again, you have to ask, this is an organization that ostensibly is trying to bring attention to their desire to have this facade saved and prevented from, being destroyed. And that's the beautiful facade of the UA Berkeley Cinema, which has been closed for a while. But if they really care about that, don't you think that they would exercise a little self-control, or have Laura exercise some self-control and not attack a long-standing, well-known blogger and video blogger, as opposed to getting that person on their side? They cared nothing about gaining me as an ally, nothing. And they had no problem making me upset with how they were treating me. This is the facade, however, of the theater. I've been there, and particularly if you went to Berkeley, you've been there. It's beautiful. Hopefully it is retained. But that's up to other people that have a pay grade different from mine. If you're running a campaign, don't pick fights with people over nothing. If they're doing you a favor, adjust your thinking. Don't think, well, that person is not in my group, they don't look like me, and therefore I don't want to deal with them. That's precisely the message that was sent to me. And I was happy to keep it private until Laura decided to make it public on my publication. Not wise. Subscribe to Zinni62 on YouTube and bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com. And for God's sakes, when you go in to do any kind of campaign, make sure you have a diverse coalition of people. Not one that is, this. This is absolutely uncalled for. Do better. This is the 21st century, and it is the year 2024. Thank you.